Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So if I'm muttering like a fool, it's because I'm figuring this out as I go. So you have to bear with me. So that can then come back up here. And then we'll have a pump down here. This is going to be our petroleum collecting pump. And we'll do a abyssalite pipe going down here. Up and over there, going up here. How about that? That could work, I think. I think that could work. I think today is the day Life should tell all of us that he loves us. I love you all. What's wrong with that, Blue? I tell you every day that I love you all. What's going on? I say, much love, guys. Thank you very much. I love you all. What are you talking about, Blue? Make it sound like I'm some sort of monster. What we'll do, we'll have a couple of sensors here. And we'll have a... Bleh. Bleh. We'll do a cheeky AND gate. And honestly, I'm just going to slap it between the tiles, because... Whatever. That can go there. Oh shit, I've done that the wrong way around. Captain Jack Sparrow, good evening, bud. Cypher, don't you dare puke at my love. Don't puke at my love. Right, that can go there. I'm doing all this with gold, so I'm hoping I don't have any sort of magma-related fallout problems at some point. We'll also need to get a power line down here as well. We should be able to just knock into this one, I think. Vicky Better, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How the devil goes it? Stop puking, Cypher. Oh, this uniform. Thank you very much for the host, buddy. Much appreciated. Right, so... This is really cooling off down here. I don't know why it's chilling out so much. Maybe I should slap a couple of abyssalite temp shift plates or something in here. Maybe I should do that. We'll free this. We'll let them just hop down into here. We'll do something like this. Okay, in my chimp mine, this should work. I believe. Look at him go. Furiously beavering away. Okay, cool. Right, plenty of jobs for him to be getting on with. People have mastered some things. Let's see. Who is it? Mentos and Nori. Nori. Mentos. Beautiful. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to slap some ladders here. And I'm going to make sure that the priority on these tiles being deconstructed is high, so that we can get up here and do all this. And I might make like this tile high as well, maybe, just so we can get this done. Someone say chimp. Family's here. Cypher. This is a lot of emotes for you today, buddy. What the hell? It's spamming it with the emotes. What's going on? Okay, so what we'll do here, we'll just say active if above 100 kilos and below 100 degrees, maybe? That should be fine. Can we get these built, please? We're losing a lot of heat up here, which I really don't want. How is our CO2 problem now, by the way? I've not really been paying much attention to what's going on up here. Is our CO2 still backed up all the way? No. No, I think we'll be alright. Now that we've released a few wild slicksters, I think they're taking up some of the slacks. That's cool. Nice. A couple of them are a little bugged out, but that's fine. Okay. Beautiful. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So now we'll get this done. We can get all this done, I think. Bored as fuck, mate. When's the new update coming out? It's in a couple of days, mate. What's going to be new? I did do a little stream on it. I did do a little stream having a look at some of the new bits. They've got a few new bits of automation. They've got some new pipes. They've got some new sensors that are very, very cool. And some new critters. We're sort of in the midst of waiting on it coming out now. I say we might actually start tonight. We might start a colony tonight, because I'm not going to be streaming now till Thursday, so it kind of makes sense. Well, no, I'll be here tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to play Oni tomorrow. I'm going to update my schedule on my profile later, by the way, guys. I'm changing my schedule a little bit for those of you that might have seen the stream last night. So I've decided what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to leave it so that we play Oni for a few days of the week, and then I have a couple of days where I can play random games. Because I don't want every day of the week being reserved for Oni, potentially. So I'm going to update that later. I've got a sort of plan in mind. I chatted to the missus about it last night as well, and it sort of makes sense. We'll still basically keep Oni as like a focal game on the channel, but we are going to basically make sure that we leave time for other fun things as well. That is the plan. Right, let's get all this crap swept up. Oh, and drip cooling's been fixed as well. Yeah, that's really important. Pacu fish, yeah. Pacu fish and Grecos. Drecos? Drecos. Want your input about playing other games? Well, no, Scythe. You only come and watch me when I'm playing Oni. You've told me that before. You don't give a shit if I play anything else. You miserable son of a bitch. Right, so... that's going to go to there. Tollslow, good evening, bud. How's it going? Hey, listen, I've said this to you many, many times. I don't mind if you're only interested in me playing one particular game. I fully understand. But I do like playing games. Okay, I think this should work. We'll get rid of all this crap. I think this should work. Start with Oni and another game. Seeing that work good for streamers. Yeah, the only problem with that is the way that I stream. If I do that, then I have to bring the stream down between games. I don't know how well that goes down with people. I don't know whether people like that shit. Start with Call of Duty 13 and switch to Stardew. Yeah, exactly. Work, work, work. That's how today's going. Oh, Tollslow. Oh dear, buddy. That does not sound like a fun time. But are you getting them sweet, sweet pennies? Because if so, can't really argue with that. Right, let's make sure these pipes have places to go. What I probably should have done is put some automation in here, but I just didn't. Okay. So that I can at least reach these pipes later. That is fine. And let's do a little cheeky sweep here. Very good. Let's see, we need to knock out this ladder, don't we? I'm just trying to free a few more slickers. We've got a couple here that are struggling, and like this one's stuck in a little pocket doing nothing. Might as well get them doing something. We'll dig out some of this as well. Why not? Wow, this is really cooled down. 100 degrees this is now. I mean, that's fucking crazy. Why is this cooled down so much? I think we've got drip cooling happening here. Oh, I bet that's what it fucking is. This is 117 degrees. Fucking drip cooling! Piss on it. Oh, dick munches. So, just to explain why I'm so salty. Okay, this tile here of petroleum at 300 grams has cooled our entire column down here, which sucks massive dicks. And that's why this is all bottlenecked and why we've basically fucked all of our magma. How can I fix that? Oh, bastard. How can I fix that? If you transition into similar games, should be okay. Yeah, I don't want to just be stuck. I know this might sound a bit mercenary, guys, but I don't want to just be tied to Oni forever. I do like this game, but on the same token, as much as I love everybody popping in, and I love the busier streams when we play Oni, I don't want it to be... I do like playing new games. I do like playing new shit, and I need to make sure I leave some time for me to have some, you know, some fun with other things. Otherwise, I'll become a very dull boy. Fuck. How can I make sure this doesn't happen? He's cheating! Lucas, how's it going, mate? No, this is the opposite of cheating. This is a bug that's actually hindering me. If I was trying to cool petroleum, great. But I'm not trying to cool this column. I need this column to stay hot. Look how much of our magma we've turned solid now, just through this bug, just through deleting heat. This has been fixed, by the way. They have fixed this. So... oh, thank you very much for the bits, buddy. Much appreciated. Does drip heating work like drip cooling does? They work both ways, Tolslow. It doesn't work anymore because it's been fixed in the new update, but what's basically happening is it was a problem with energy transfer as opposed to, well, how did they phrase it? We've been calculating average temperature, not average energy, which caused a rapid loss of energy. So that was the problem. So what we're basically doing at the minute, we're cooling our crude oil with this surface petroleum, which is in turn cooling everything else, which blows. So how can I get around that? How can I get around that, honestly? Piss on it. That really sucks. Maybe if I leave a couple of air spaces up here. The problem is, whatever temperature this tiny little bit of petroleum goes to on this tile here, it can affect the rest of these tiles. I don't quite know how I can get around that. Not quite sure how I can get around that. As long as this tile stays full, it shouldn't be a problem. But we'll have to see what happens to the temperature, whether it starts rising again. Seems to be, just very slowly. Interesting. Son of a bitch. Right. By the way, if you heard my belly rumbling, then I've had no tea tonight. I'm fucking starving. I was rushing around and I say I was feeling a bit poorly early, so I've not had anything to eat today. Which is my own stupid fault. I'm tempted to order something though. Oh no. What happened to you guys? Be free. Oh yeah, this is warming up a bit more now. Okay, well that sucks a little bit. You can seal the column and use the mini pump to take the petroleum to the other side. No, 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 no. Dummy, this will get very hot. Mini pump will overheat. Mini pump melts 75 degrees. Explodes. It's made of plastic. So no, we can't use a mini pump. That's why we're going through all this trouble, to be honest, because we can't use a liquid pump, even a normal one that's made of metal. That's why we've got all this shit. This is going to be our petroleum pump. And the reason we've got this here is to be able to handle the oil when it's at the petroleum at like 100 and 200 odd degrees. Let me just show you. Let's see. I have got debug enabled because just before the stream I was tinkering with something in my petroleum boiler tinkering. Feeling ill or not? 100% right. Curry is the way. Yeah, we have got some little naan breads as well, so I could skimp on the curry price because I do like all the breaded sundries. I do like naan breads and chapatis and all that stuff. No, I can't get a curry. That's no good. Can't get a curry. But I am hungry. Yeah, I'll show you what I was tinkering with before the stream in debug. How do you play in debug, by the way? You just need to create a little file. It's called debug enable, and put it in your clay folder, in your Oni folder. I basically have a file in there that I rename. Excuse me. Either debug enable or debug enable 1 or 2 or whatever, so that I can toggle it on and off. But as I say, I normally don't stream with debug enabled in case I press something and reveal the fucking map and balls it up. So yeah. So this is the build that I was tinkering with in my debug world to get it to work. And as you can see, this one's creating quite a lot of petroleum. But I have a different I have a different setup over here using temp shift plates. And you can see the throughput on this one's much higher. We're doing the same thing, pumping our oil in. The only difference is our oil's coming in at 80 degrees, which ours isn't. Ours is coming in at 40 odd degrees, or 30 degrees, even colder. But as you can see, it comes through at 80 at the bottom. By the time it gets to the top, it's at 280. By the time it hits the vent, it's at 285, which means it only needs to heat up a little bit, and it just cooks straight away. And we get this constant flow of petroleum coming in. If I toggle debug on a second, if we just let's mop all this. And we'll build a little chamber here. Yeah, you can see we're getting quite a throughput. That's quite a few kilograms a second there. So yeah. The only problem is, as you can see, it's at 200 degrees. What's the hydro sensor for? This is just in case if anything happens, i.e. the column of liquid boils dry, then our door will open. So if this hydro sensor is below 0.2 kilos, everything's fine. If it goes, if it goes below 0.2 kilos, it opens up the door. So if we boil this surface dry, and this all turns to natural gas, this will get turned off. We start pumping in some more crude oil again. This has made quite a lot of natural gas. If you look, we've got like kilos of, you know, quite a bit of natural gas, but meh. But as you can see, I mean, this is making quite a throughput of petroleum. So the concept's there, but the only problem is we still wouldn't be able to put a pump in here. If we put a, you know, a normal gold liquid pump in here, it would start overheating very quickly. If there was, yeah, there you go, overheat damage straight away. This was the idea, this was the theory. I think it needs a bit more tinkering. Yeah, we get a lot of, it works. I mean, the idea is solid. It's just to get that additional bit of cooling. We're using obviously our polluted water, which I didn't get a chance to try really. Meh. What I could do, I mean, we are at the end of this colony now. What I could do is try and get this working in debug. I don't know. You agree with curry? Oh, don't, guys. Your bad influences. You'll make me want it, and then I'll order it, and then I'll feel guilty. No worries, Lee. Take it easy, bud. You're gonna get some stuff sorted. Fair enough. What if you use the nullifier to cool down some gas and use it to cool down the petroleum? The problem is with that, dummy, is the amount of cooling that you generate from a pipe of gas, like 1 kilo a second of gas moving through a pipe, it'll do very little to affect, you know, a pool of 200 degrees petroleum. All you'll really do is heat up your gas far more than you're cooling, if that makes sense. It would work over time, but the idea of this build, as you just saw, is that there's quite a throughput of petroleum. If we get it running properly, it should be a solid amount of petroleum. At which point, I don't think an AETN would keep up with it. It might do. I don't really know, but I don't think a nullifier would keep up with it, because you only, as I say, you only keep cooling pockets of gas, and the maximum pipe throughput is a kilo. 1 kilo of hydrogen versus 1,000 kilotile of petroleum. I think it'd soon cook. Like, AETNs aren't really designed for cooling liquids, really. They just don't work for very long. They work if you're cooling small amounts of liquid, and we're talking like kilos of surface liquid. But if you try and cool a puddle of it, nah, it's just not going to work. So what I can do, if you like, I can put it on super speed mode. Like, I have got debug enabled, and I am done with this colony now. We're not going to do anything more with this. There's nothing more that I really care about fixing. A couple of things that I could have done, i.e. build a couple more of these modules down here. I don't really need to, because the base is so the base is so well oxygenated. I just don't need to. I left space for them thinking that we'd need them, but we don't. The other thing that I could have done, I could have set up our sleep wheat farm. Just couldn't be arsed, didn't need it. Used wild sleep wheat instead. And we've still got 800 odd spare sleep wheat grain that we're not using. I think we're done with this colony. So I kind of want to just speed this up a little bit and see if we can get this going. How many geysers are there in a seed? In any seed, you will always get... There's 4 primary geysers that you will always get. Okay? So you'll either get 2 steam, 1 natural gas and 1 chlorine. Or 2 steam and 2 natural gas. They're guaranteed. One of those combinations, and then you'll also get 2 geysers for the 3 main biomes. Okay, so you'll get 2 geysers in an ice biome, 2 geysers in a caustic biome, and 2 geysers in slime biome. And then you will also get some additional ones in oil biomes that don't count towards the number. So it's between like 10 and 12 or 13. Like potentially it depends on how lucky you are in your oil biome. We found actually 2 guys in our oil biome, but they weren't actually these. They were chlorine and carbon dioxide, I think. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to save this. Save as honey, fools, and horses. Horses. Save share. Excuse me. And I'll make this save available. But now we're going to do a little bit of dicking about in debug for 10 minutes, so just to speed this up and see if we can get this anywhere near what it should be. And then we'll start something different, I think. Excuse me. Right. So, first things first. Let's just spawn in some fresh magma. And I think what we'll do... Is it worth me putting a little fucking message up on the stream to say, we're in debug, guys. I ain't cheating. We're just figuring something out. Is it worth me putting a message up? I do get quite a lot of hate about this stuff. Okay. So I think what I want to do, just to see if we can get this to work a little bit better. I like the idea of having many metal tiles in contact with the magma. Okay, I do like that idea. Rip frames. Good now, there was just a hiccup. Yeah, I dropped 297 frames, unfortunately. Not in your world, had 2 cool steam and just 1 natural gas. Yeah, Sir Fuchs, you'll always get... It's 2 combinations, right? So of the primary 4 geysers, you will get 2 cool steam, and then you'll either get a chlorine and a natural gas, or 2 natural gas. That's guaranteed. You'll always get that. Octagon. Octagon? Octogen. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's guaranteed, Sir Fuchs. You'll always get that. Sounds like they added more geysers. They did, Sanakan. In the last update, we got quite a few new geysers, honestly. Right, so... Here is my thinking. We'll do a few temp shift plates that are in direct contact with the tile. And then we'll put a couple of doors here. So we'll get rid of this automation. And we'll do that. We'll get rid of you. And we'll put a couple of doors like so. By the way, I'm doing this more so that if we get this figured out, you guys have got a sort of working build then. Okay, so these temperature plates need to get up to temperature, as does the metal tiles. But this should work a bit better, I think. The petroleum... honestly is a little bit fucked. Nice. Okay, this should now be a bit warmer. Let me think. But had no 2 nat gas or chlorine. You definitely get those unless you're on a dirty version of the game like Sanakan's just said. You'll always get those geysers. Right, 1 second.